Morning. It's Friday, September 24th. And I am pissed. I am pissed at Biden. I am pissed at Pelosi. I am pissed at the squad and that group of people who call themselves progressives. I am pissed because they are treating our most important ally in the Middle East like dirt. And in my mind, this is an act of blatant anti-Semitism. These are the same people who are in favor of the BDS movement. Anti-Semites to the core. They had the nerve to cancel a minuscule billion-dollar piece of aid from the latest bill. They threatened not to vote in favor of the other infrastructure bills. Well, I would have told them, screw off. You don't understand the relationship that we have with Israel. You don't understand how important that country is to us. They not only provide the world with more than any other nation in that region, and probably more than most nations in the world. And you think that because they defend themselves and they are forced to bomb their neighbors in Palestine, in the West Bank, in Gaza, you think that because they're at war with Hamas, it's a bad thing. The bad thing is that Hamas exists at all. The bad thing is that they can fire 5,000 rockets, killing Israelis, or attempting to kill Israelis. And you're upset because when Israel retaliates, children are killed in Palestine. Well, they wouldn't be killed if Hamas didn't store their weapons in schools and in hospitals. You, who talk about being progressive, are backwards. You have it all screwed up. Go and study the history of the region. And don't tell me you grew up there and things are wonderful, because I know that 2 or 3 of you came from that area of the world. I think it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace that our ally, one of our staunchest allies, an ally that supplies us with all kinds of information and technology and pharmaceuticals and everything. We can't give them aid to protect the lives of their citizens, to keep the Iron Dome up to speed. I know that we're going to give them that aid anyhow. I'm sure if we asked Michael Bloomberg or Jeff Bezos or Warren Buffett to loan us the $1 billion to give it to Israel, they would be happy to do that. Israel's going to get that aid one way or the other. So why are you making such a big fuss about it? Why are you twisting Pelosi's arm and threatening not to vote for other important things? Because you're a little bit upset because of your vision of the way the world should be running. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace that you have the nerve to hold up a measly $1 billion because you don't like Israel. Well, you're not progressives. You haven't got a clue what progressives really are. You should be working on getting our spending in order, our tax codes fixed. You want to save people. You want to help people, but you don't want to help Jews. We're perfectly willing to let them die under the rocket fire of Hamas. You want to take away their defense weapons. I don't think you're too bright. And I'm pissed at Pelosi for not standing her ground and telling you to fuck off. We don't need people like you in the party with your phony claims and the things that you want to do. All you're trying to do is screw this country up. It's bad enough that we got to deal with the Republicans. But you are causing a schism in the Democratic Party. So I say, what are you so progressive about? What have you done? What have you achieved by being a progressive? Not much. because your ideas are outlandish. They're outrageous. You haven't done a thing to push your ideas to the forefront. You haven't figured out how to pay for any of the shit that you would like to produce in this country. And before you can prove that you can pay for it, you shouldn't be fighting for it. This rally cry of tax the rich is a lot of hokum, because you can't tax the rich. Not the way the tax code is set up right now. You cannot tax the rich. You will not get anywhere trying to tax the rich. You should be fighting to do 2 or 3 things that are important. You should be eliminating campaign funding. You should be fighting for that. That would be a progressive cause. And you should be fighting to eliminate the tax avoidance that all of these rich companies and rich people have. You should be fighting for the inequities that exist in the tax code and not trying to push our most staunch ally in the Middle East under the bus because you and your visions believe they are killing children. You think they're trying to kill these kids on purpose? Israel sends out messages 2, 3, 4 hours in advance and tells people to get out of the building. They're coming. Does Hamas say that? Does Hamas say, or Hezbollah say, watch out, we're sending rockets? Bullshit. They fire rockets as much as they can. And half the rockets they fire kill their own people. So I do not understand why you are upset with Israel and why you would stand up and ruin a perfectly good bill just because you don't want Israel to get a measly $1 billion. It's a shanda. I don't even know if you understand the word. It's a disgrace. You are a disgrace to this country. We need people who think and see what they're doing and not act with their uninformed vision of the world. And I'm pissed at all of you. And I don't get pissed very often. So that's what I have to say this morning. And I hope that this rant gets out into the public domain. So I'll say nothing else right now. And I'll see you in the morning. Bye.